What's good, Joe? Eagles Chargers. I don't even know how I feel, man. It could be, some people, I guess, it's sadness. It could be anger. This is just. All right, so anyway, man, tell of the story. Philadelphia Eagles go out to LA to face the Chargers in a must win situation, as far as I'm concerned, especially for the team's morale, that sort of thing. I mean, I still don't think, unless the team just spirals out of control, that they have anything to worry about. The rest of the games, besides maybe Buffalo, are very easy. We're talking about two games against the Commanders, one game against the Raiders. So I feel like as long as we go out there and handle at least those three games, we should be fine. I don't know what fine means at this point, though. Right now, this does not absolutely and has not for a long time looked like a Super Bowl team or Super Bowl contender at all. It's just way too difficult to move the ball down the field. It's way too difficult to score. Now, listen, I'm going to give the Chargers their respect. I think that defense is hella good. And I don't know what they give up all year. I'm not even going to look that up right now because I really don't care. But I just watched them, and that's a good defense. But the problem is that the Eagles have been struggling to move the ball and score regularly every week, right? So it's a growing theme, right? So there is something to this offense just being bad, obviously. Defense showed up, okay, with the exception of like that first drive. Chargers got two big plays. One was just a dump off to the running back, who found a way to get open, at the last second, and he did most of the work. And then Justin Herbert dumped it off to the running back a second time for a short little score. Um, Besides that, the defense didn't give up anything but field goals. So kudos to them. All right. I'm also going to give kudos to Justin Herbert, even though passing the ball he was horrible. He was 12 of 26, 130 yards, 39 yards. All right. Sacked seven times. He threw one pick, should have been two. If not for our guys jumping off sides, making it way more harder than it needs to be. Um, Herbert also, what I did respect out of him was his toughness, despite getting pounded seven times. I mean, boy stayed in there, with the left hand, probably broken to smithereens. I mean, that thing has gotten punched. He fell on it, all types of stuff, right? So Justin Herbert gets my respect from that. Even though he looks like a little pretty boy, he's not. Boy's a warrior. Went out there, handled his business, carried the ball 10 times, 66 yards. His longest throw of the night was only 15 yards, so he really didn't do much at all passing. So I got to give our defense a lot of credit, for that. Um, what else do we have, man? Besides, I guess going in on the team again, man. Jalen Hurts' game. All right. First of all, okay, we'll just get out the way real quick. We will get out the way real quick. Had we won the game, I would have had a few game balls. The first game ball to me would have been to Cooper DeJean. I think he was a monster tonight. He was on McConkley, who was one of Herbert's favorite targets, and he pretty much created a no-fly zone in that situation. He shut that boy down. All right, not prevented two big plays, snatched the ball on one of them, which I said he didn't get credit for because Moro Ojomo jumps off sides like a fool. Then Moro Ojomo again commits another penalty, which was ridiculous, giving the Chargers the ball again on a damn fourth down, which is a stupid call. They say use leverage, whatever. That's what they want to call cool. It is just bull crap. Um, Second game ball went to N'Kobe Dean, who I thought was a beast, especially used in the blitz. I mean, there was a couple times we whiffed on Herbert. I guess Herbert is just good. I'm gonna give him credit. He's big. He's much more elusive than a guy normally for that size was, so he was able to get away from N'Kobe a couple of times. But N'Kobe Dean at the same time caused a fumble. from him, got a sack on him. You know, he had on that one play, man, where it looked like we were dead in the water. It looked like he summoned the soul of Brian Dawkins. I ain't seen play like that since B Dog. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, man. Give Kobe Dean credit for that. Thought he was a man amongst boys. I thought Jordan Davis was spectacular. Then it's a shame that these great performances get lost, in a losing effort, which is essentially what we had here. All right. But cool. DeJean and Jordan Davis, y'all played y'all asses off. I'm Nolan Smith made some plays too. All right, but enough of that. Let's get straight to this. Hurts was a mixed bag. Overall, obviously his performance was horrible. This is one of the worst games statistically that he's ever played. Okay, I don't care about passing yards, so of course I'm not talking about that. It's 240. Who cares about that? Um, Now he didn't get a lot of help from his receivers either. All right. Now AJ Brown, his numbers will look a little bit better than they really were. It looks like 6 catches for 100 yards. Goddard 8 for 78. But you know, uh, this game could have been put away. I think a lot earlier. We had a pass over the middle. This is going to be a lot of talk over the middle by a lot of these talking heads, idiots, and stuff like that who hurts can't throw over the middle. Bullshit, right? Uh, but there was a pass to AJ Brown over the middle that AJ Brown whiffed on because he saw the defender about to lay the wood on his ass. Right? We saw that. Right? That was one problem that stopped the drive, and then also there was a perfect pass down the sideline uh, to AJ Brown, which he dropped in the end zone. Okay, um, there was about 3 plays, the go balls to AJ. There was about 3 of them that had potential. We started the game off with one. AJ looked like he didn't put all his all into running it. He ran a little faster. I think he's right up under the ball. This is not to take away the play on the part of the cornerback. I believe the Chargers corner played well. I forget his name right now. F him. I don't know. But he did have something to do with knocking the ball out in the touchdown. But still, right? AJ makes those plays. That one pass, perfect in his hands. He drops it. Okay, that killed us. Um, there was another play that was an interception. He passes to Devontae. Devontae slips and falls. I mean, you can't slip and fall. You got to keep your footing, but I don't kill guys for that. It is what it is. Um, you know, you just can't have that. All right, but we're not going to sit here and just throw it all on those guys. Even though I think the game would have been won had those guys caught those balls. Jalen Hurts was not good tonight. Um, he's a little over 50% of his passes, 21 over 40, that would actually complete. Part of it is defense. Part of it is him not going to his reads fast enough. Um, Not putting the ball where it needs to be, throwing balls that should have not been thrown at all in the first place. We get it. Bad game. Guys have bad games. Hell, the guy on the other side had we found a way to win without that last damn interception. Then Herbert would have had a Herbert game, right? They were both bad. So it's not like a situation where a guy outplays another guy, right? It's just that 4 interceptions. How do you explain it? You see. Um, Now, if there was any good I could take away from this, it looked like at points we might be getting the running game back. But overall, I still don't feel like the running game was good enough. This game should have been put away in the fourth quarter when the Eagles had the ball up 3 points. Okay, with over 2 minutes to go, you got to be able to put a game away. All right, we got Landon Dickinson who's nicked up every 5 minutes. We got Cam Jurgens who's holding every damn 5 minutes. You got Jordan Mailata who's holding every damn 5 minutes. You got Lane Johnson who's not available. You got Tyler Steen who's holding every 10 minutes. You just can't win with this. You just can't win with it. And I don't know how to address that. besides for me, if I'm Howie Roseman, nobody's job is safe, especially on that line. I'm going after three, four guys in the draft who play on the offensive line. I might be signing somebody. All of that. This was god awful. It was god awful. God awful, man. Piss poor effort on the part of the offense. Defense, like I said, besides that initial drive, they kind of tightened up, and I can't. What can I really say? Um, we had a so many plays called back. We had a run by Jalen Hurts in that overtime, which could have put us in this position where we almost sealed the game. That's called back. Um, he recovered by actually hitting Devontae Smith on a beautiful pass, over the middle, slicing defenders and all of that type of stuff. We wish to see more of to make up for it. Um, all for it all to go away because we can't run the ball consistently. Because it's not the ability. What makes a running game good isn't the ability to necessarily get a 50 yarder all the time or a 40 yarder, but it's those 5 yards when you need it. It's the 4 yards. Then you drop. Then you grab 6 yards. That's the type of running game that we lack. Uh, there, Saquon Barkley actually is second in the league in carries for losses. You just can't have it. You just can't have it. And that to me is mostly that's on the line for the most part. Though there was a couple of times where Saquon Barkley is hitting holes where he could, and that's an issue. Uh, you know, that's an issue. We listen to Jason Devine. I can't stand this dude. He was just with his mediocre ass when he played. He got so much to talk about. You know, mediocre ass Jason Devine with that stupid tie on. This ain't church, homie. You talking football? Whatever, man. I'm not going to keep going on for this here. It's pretty much over. There's too many mistakes being made. When all 22s come out, I'll probably talk again about it, give it more of a thorough um, breakdown. But what we got was this is a piss poor effort on the part of the team. Um, I don't know. I don't know. These guys, they going to figure something out, man. If they're going to make anything out of this postseason, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think, man. Peace.